Forecast Gold Standard Road to 10,000 followers and sub starts with you, as this is the top 3 most accurate online social media weather and storm chasing and snowfall predictions you can get. You can see the satellite picture here of the developing winter storm. This is the system that moved out of the southern plains yesterday on Tuesday, and you can see it lifted its way up. Beautiful satellite imagery as it curled up into the Nebraska, Kansas, Nebraska, and then hit northwestern Iowa, went right over Minneapolis, St. Paul, out over the western end of Lake Superior, and then went into Canada. Right now you can see quickly behind it, coming out of the Pacific Northwest, diving down the Intermountain West to California, and then organizing over the Four Corners. You can see they're spinning beautifully right just to the west of the Four Corners. Spinning beautifully and starting to organize this low pressure that's going to dig a little bit farther to the southeast into the Texas Panhandle, and then it's going to eject out to the northeast. See that beautiful plume of that developing low pressure? Look at this. It's classic. Beautiful cyclogenesis taking place as this low pressure is strengthening, organizing, pulling in the cold air, the Arctic air from the north, and starting to tap in and open up the southern branch of the jet stream and picking up some Pacific and Gulf of Mexico moisture. As you can see, the first storm did exactly the same thing, curled up beautifully, and they had some heavy snow and blizzard conditions on the northwest side of that. And this one won't produce blizzard conditions. It'll be a weaker storm, but it'll produce a swath of 4 to 8 inches of snow and some sleet and freezing rain in the great state of Michigan, and we'll continue to track this over the next 48 hours as this low pressure that you see spinning out in the Four Corners right now, as I keep rewinding this back and forward, that'll be spinning over the northern Ohio Valley by tomorrow evening as we approach 7, 8, 9 through the midnight time frame. When we look at this satellite picture tomorrow evening, the center of this spin will be somewhere in northern Ohio, and we're going to be getting precipitation anywhere from rain to sleet to freezing rain to snow, moderate at times, across the state of, across lower Michigan, right? Like, subscribe, peace and love. And real quick, you can see the water vapor, right? See this? You can see as, look at this first storm over the plains. Notice the greenish colors as moisture, and then the yellows and oranges is dry air, and the stuff that looks like almost like there's nothing there, that's dry air. See that? Look how that wraps the dry air. And when they talk about dry air getting wrapped into the front side of the storm, see how that works? It wraps that dry air all the way in there and cuts the precip off. But notice if you're on the northwest side, like look over Nebraska, central Nebraska, you have precip at the same time you have precip over Iowa. Now watch as the dry air works its way in on the east side. See that? Eastern and southeastern Nebraska and Iowa dry out, but look at all that moisture still wrapping in over central Nebraska, right? See that? And South Dakota, because you're on the deformation side and you don't get that devastating dry air that punches its way up and bullies its way up on a strengthening, negatively tilted low pressure like this was, and this was a very strong storm. And then it essentially cuts off the precip and is the kiss of death during a storm. You want to be on that northwest side, right? That's why you always want the storm track to track south of you.